officially we're heading into recession. Well, we are in a recession now. What does this actually mean for people at home?
Yeah, well, Pete, I think the most important thing is we're going to look at this number we get today, and economists have guessed, their best guess would be a contraction of 5%, or it could be as bad as 7%. I think any number with a 7 in it will create a lot of negativity. Any number with a 5 in it would be a positivity. And what's also interesting, Pete, and I don't think this is going to happen, but the March quarter was negative 0.3%. Now, we sometimes see revisions. So that 0.3% could end up being a small positive because when you think about January and February were okay. It was March where we really got the bad news around the pandemic, and the stock market bottomed on March 23. So that 1 month out of the first quarter is bound to keep us in negative territory. But we could be surprised that the dark arts of economics are such that you can be shocked. But the June quarter is made up of April, May, June. They, particularly the first 2 months there, they were terrible. But JobKeeper then came in and improved the positivity. And that's why some people think the number might be around the 5% down rather than 7%. And then we roll into the September quarter, which some economists thought could be positive until the Victorian lockdown. And that, of course, is causing problems for growth going forward. But I think that September still will be a better number than the June quarter, which we'll get today.
All right, well, with the RBA, we've got Dr. Lowe riding the Palomino stallion today. He's coming to the rescue with, what, $100 billion worth of cheap loans. How much of an impact should that have?
Yeah, in fact, it's 200, Pete, and it's going to be money provided to banks to lend to SMEs. Now, one of the nice things about the coronavirus crisis has been that we've learnt to love the banks again, haven't we? Like, we all forgot about the Home Royal Commission. They're a part of the rescue program for the economy. But there are a lot of small businesses saying, hang on, I'm trying to get loans here, and the bank's computers are still saying no. So I think the Reserve Bank realises that the banks are acting like banks and aren't saying yes all the time. So they've given them a lot more cheap money, and that's going to be very important for the economic recovery. Businesses, particularly when you think about businesses in the CBD, Pete, they've lost a lot of business, and the big office blocks, they're not coming back yet. So until they do, all those businesses in the CBDs, of particularly Melbourne and Sydney, they're really struggling, and they're going to need banks to be compassionate, which is something that banks haven't really been trained to be.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, the pictures of those empty, shopping centres and whatnot in the cities for sure. People working from home. I should say shopping centres are still busy at the moment, but that's another thing. Hey, just quickly, where's the good news coming out at the moment, Pete? What's to be positive?
Okay, there has been some good news. Our current account surplus came in at $17.7 billion. That's the biggest ever. And that's not just trade, that's also the stuff, the services. It's also the lending stuff we do as well. So current account surplus, fantastic number, record high. Building approvals up 12.2% in July. That's good to see for the economy going forward. And the house prices only fell by 0.4% in the June quarter. In August, which is pretty good. The annual situations, house prices are actually up 5.8% for the year. So it's not as bad as you think, considering we're in recession.